Good evening, Ruskin enjoyers. Hope you're doing right, 'cause it's time for the abnormal barders. Tonight we don't have that many skins, but we still want to make a good effort. We have 5 abnormal skins to chase after: Sinotype clothes, Night Demon tier 3, 2 of the Octopus wooden double door, and the Abyss large backpack. So only 5 abnormals to chase after, but of course 3 regular skins to talk about as well: Black Ops bow, Dominus Mortis MP5, and the Glister boots. Now, if you're sitting there wondering, what's abnormals? What's a regular skin? If you're confused, if you need help, consider looking in the description right now. You'll see 2 videos are provided. The first video is a quick showcase. It's a short video showcasing that abnormal skins, they become marketable before the roster even rotates. Great advantage to have if you're a Ruskin investor, right? We can get an early insight to figuring out if a skin is actually in demand. We'll do the buy orders. We'll see how high the barders go, see how many barders each skin has, and we'll question, is that going to retain its value? And if we feel confident it does, oh mate, we're jumping in. We're going to buy these skins. Oh yes. But it's good to do this to get the early insight, just to feel a little bit more confident. And in regards to regular skins, unfortunately, they only become marketable when the roster rotates tomorrow. When the roster rotates on Thursdays. So, unfortunately, we just get to sit here and figure out, oh, do you want to buy some now, or do you want to just try and stick with a buy order? That's how it usually goes. So, shall we get nice and relaxed, sit back, and shall we discuss all the abnormal skins and the regular skins? What prices do we want to consider offering? Sinotype clothes box. As of now, just under 39,000 subscribers, although that might not be up to date. Let's just double check. It is literally just under 39,000 subscribers. And if you watch my Saturday 48-hour analysis, that's my TikTok. Don't know why I'm looking at that, but there we are. Rust Saturday 48-hour analysis, I just straight up said, I bet you it probably does between 40 to 45,000 subscribers. By tomorrow, it's fully expected that, yes, we will roll over into about 40, maybe up to 41,000 subscribers. Okay, so how's Sinotype doing at the moment? Well, with the return of Sinotype skins after 1 week off, yes, with the Complete the Sets Rush store, we didn't have one that week and people panicked. They sold them en masse on the Steam market. Then we saw the next one literally the week after and they got bought out again. They are looking good. They are fine. To be honest with you, if you watched my video where I first talked about how this is likely to progress, and of course the follow-up video, I honestly thought most of these skins would probably be sticking around $3 as we go through October time. We're in September at the moment. We have now entered the dreaded autumn-fall seasonal dip. Anyway, so long term, will Sinotype clothes work out nicely? Oh yeah, for sure. I'm like fully behind that, 100%. But are you patient enough? Can you afford it? Can you afford to wait? Most people cannot do that. Not to brag, not to like sound mean or anything, just being realistic with you. If you only have like $200 to work with, you probably can't wait too long. However, at the very least, with all these skins here, around Christmas period, so late December, early January time, I fully believe these will be comfortably going up in price ever so nice. Literally, just after Christmas Day, that's where we see skins rise up ever so nicely. And just to remind all of you, January 4th swipe is January New Year's, like January 1st, New Year's Day. So, okay then, interesting. So, if you were to go, if you were to buy some, you still got to wait a bit. We still got to go through October, November, December. But what's the likelihood that we could pick up some of these with a buy order? Being truthful with you, very likely. When we did buy orders and the Sinotype tools, a lot of us picked them up, didn't we, chat? Stand up right now, chat. How many of you picked up some cheap pickups with the Sinotype tools? I picked up a bunch of them at around $2.20. Again, people thought it was over. They panic sold. Hey, I got them for cheaper. I'm not going to complain. Could it get worse? I do anticipate it. Could it still retain its value and still do reasonably okay? Again, yes, I do believe that is going to be doing pretty all right. There's one small concern. Will we see another storage collection appear anytime soon? Because it could take away the attention from here. Now, in my recent Rust Workshop skin checks, I missed a skin. Sorry about that Hurricane and Adoinski. What you can see here is that they are actually trying to set up their own storage collection. A nice green design, straight up just tells you armor box. I wouldn't be surprised if we see more of these. And I will remind you, when we had Neon Storages back in 2021, there was another collection. It's just, I keep forgetting it. It was something package. Well, what I can do is I can just quickly go back to the past. So let's go back to 2021, and I can remind you of the... The collection was called supply containers. We only got about 7, 8 of them, but they came out at the same time. and it got a bit funny. However, you know, Neon Storage Collection still worked out nicely. These took a while to finally be appreciated. However, you can still see like some of them down pretty bad. So we'll see what happens. But still, realistically speaking, as time goes on, I still think it's going to be okay. I feel like you can't do any wrong, but you do have to wait to truly get the good profits. You might have to wait until summer of 2026 to finally get a good flip. Some of them are doing all right at the moment, already. But, you know, what's this? What number are we on to now? We have 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. This is number 7. And of course, tomorrow we could see scrap storage. We could see armor storage. It's going to very likely end up like these two. Slightly in the positive, but not by that much. You won't be able to flip them for any big profit, will you? So, if you can respect that, I think we're better off with doing the $1.70 to $2.20 buy order. If you truly want to pick up these for a cheaper price and succeed, because it might, it might happen pretty quickly, offer the $2.20 buy order. All right, $2.20 buy order. But if you want to be a little bit more, lucky, if you're going to be, if you're going to try and save some more money, $1.70 should be okay. As time goes on, you should be picking up some, but don't expect like getting tons. If you're really quick with a buy order tonight, chat, I mean, yeah, go for it. So, all right then, I still feel confident with that, and I've got to be straight up, like very straightforward with you. Out of all the skins here, I honestly think only Sinotype Clothes is going to be the one that's going to be okay as we go through October. Let's now talk about Night Demon. So Night Demon's fine. It didn't really sell too much. Let's just quickly hop back over to here. The 48-hour analysis. My estimate for the tier 3 was 12 to 15,000 subscribers. Now it appears people do appreciate the face mask more than the chest plate. That wouldn't be a first time. That would not be a first time. But what this collection really, really needs is a collection continuation. The collection is just the tier 3 at the moment. I have not seen a collection continuation this past weekend. Little Ranger instead uploaded a Croco L96. They have a lot of collections. Like, they're juggling a different collection every single week. Oh look, now they've got Night Demon. What's it going to be next? Jungle Guardian? Cock? Croco again? Something different? Toxic again? Abyss? I don't know. But you got to hope to see more Night Demon. Maybe this took them by surprise. They put this out this past weekend, and next week, or this upcoming weekend, we'll see Night Demon hoodie and pants, boots and gloves, or tier 2. If we see it, we anticipate. We anticipate. But we don't anticipate at the moment. And I wouldn't be surprised that people get a little bit impatient and probably dump these pretty quickly. So my straightforward answer is I'm going to offer 70 cents to 90 cents. Now, just to bring up more concern, earlier this year, Little Ranger made the Shogun Tier 3. They attempted Tier 2 twice, wasn't accepted, they left it. Shogun Tier 3 is now down by 58% and down by 68%. Yeah, that's a bit concerning. These have not sold as much as Shogun, but we kinda still want to see those collection continuations. Both of these are selling for $2 without any clear indications of a collection continuation. I worry. I'm not that confident. I want to pull back. I don't want to offer too much. 70 cents, 90 cents is my suggestion. You can offer more if you want to. If you have the faith and truly believe we will be seeing a collection continuation this weekend and being accepted fairly soon, go for it. I don't know if that's happening anytime soon. I'm more worried about how everybody else is going to react and behave. So, yeah. Too Many Octopus wooden double door. A perfectly fine, nice glow-in-the-dark design. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will, like it. Especially with the naval update just around the corner. A nice haunted ship design. Ooh. When we have these boats, these boat bases, where we have room for a double door, can we actually have a pirate ship base? Would that blend in nicely with it? I think it would. So, let's now also talk about the fact that we've had a lot of wooden double doors recently. If you aren't fully well aware, for August 2025, a special chosen item was the wooden double door. In the official Ruskin Making Discord, there's a new initiative to make skins for items that just don't get that many skins. July, salvaged ice pick. August, wooden double door. But now, for September, M39. Lots of wooden double doors were submitted. But this past weekend, 0. We're back to normal. You hardly ever see wooden double doors being submitted again. However, tomorrow, with the Force Wipe Rust-Off in September, I wouldn't be surprised if we see one more wooden double door. Remember, we did get 4 in a row with the salvaged ice picks. Will we get 4 in a row with the wooden double doors? I was also concerned, would the wooden double doors end up looking exactly like the salvaged ice picks? Evidently no. Whilst these skins have slightly dipped below their rust or price, they haven't like crashed and burned. So as I can showcase to you here, oh no, it's down by 7 cents. Is that bad? Not really. No, it's fine. I can live with that. But it might take a while to actually rise up. And if we do see another one tomorrow, oh no, that would be a little bit more concerning. But with the Octopus, I will sit here and say, long term, will it be alright? Yeah, I feel confident in that. I feel like the 2 minute Octopus would be pretty sweet. I'm pretty confident the skin creator will be making some more of it, especially with the naval update just around the corner. It's like his only aquatic theme set. So the closer we get to that, the more we're likely going to see of it. So, Mr. Himmick, feel free to comment below if you want to. But yeah, both of them, the wooden double doors, they should be okay. And with this one right here as well, honestly, I think you go pretty strong in it. I will personally offer $1.50 to $2. It might slip a bit, might go down by negative 20%. Oh no, that's not that bad. And also, as I mentioned, this past weekend I saw 0 wooden double door skins submitted. This is normal. It looks like we're just going straight back to the reality that we were, going through in the past. You're going to see a wooden double door and a rust door like maybe once a year. That's how it was before, and it looks like it's going to happen again after this year. So, okay, cool, fair enough. So yeah, honestly, $2 seems to be a perfectly fine option. I have no issue. And could we see the collection grow a little bit more? Well, as you might notice, there was a sheep in a double door, there was a cool looking rug. We'll have to wait and see. Abyss large backpack. The first second I saw this, I was like, okay, is it going to match up with the tier 3 or the tier 2 or the hoodie and pants or the boots and gloves? Just to remind you, Abyss collection is fairly in demand. Clothing armor set is doing good. This past summer, it rose up ever so nicely. Tier 3 is odd and awkward because it sold a little bit too much compared to tier 2 and hoodie and pants. I've talked about this tons of times. Tier 3 did about 26 to 27,000 subscribers. Tier 2 did around 14 to 16,000 subscribers. And the hoodie and pants around 14, 15,000 subscribers. The backpack has done just over 11,000. Can we confirm that? Yes. Okay. Actually just under 12,000. By tomorrow, there could be a potential to see it go all the way up to about 13,000. I should also point out large backpacks in general, they've kind of slipped and gone down in price. A lot of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 skins in a positive out of 31. Earlier this year, it was up to about like 15 in a positive. So these are starting to go down. I should point out the Christmas ones are improving. So, if you're still looking for a nice investment for Christmas, just pulling it out. We're getting closer. Anyway. So, if everything's starting to slump, I wouldn't be surprised if this does as well. However, it does look very cool. Doesn't glow in the dark. Does not glow in the dark. Just want to clarify. If this has sold quite a fair bit less compared to the other skins, it should be okay. Now, in comparison to the boots and gloves, this has sold a little bit more compared to the boots and gloves. But that is what? Almost $5 now? That? $6.50 almost? I mean, it's looking pretty good. The collection seems to be in demand. I wouldn't be surprised if people really will like the backpack. So I'm going to look at this with a little bit more positivity. Yes, we're about to go through October. But I reckon I might be a little bit more braver than I usually am with backpacks. $1 to $1.50. I could imagine this does drop off a fair bit, but I think there will be enough demand, especially as we go through post-Christmas in just a few months' time, and I think that will rebound and go up ever so nicely. If you feel different, offer a little bit less, be a little bit more cowardly, but yeah, you can play it safer if you want to. So, okay, cool. I feel like I've addressed myself enough there. Let's now talk about the regular skins. So with my initial impression with the Black Ops bow, maybe I was a little bit harsh. So if you aren't fully well aware, this has transparency in the top. I made a short video showcasing the fact that, oh wow, I can see the sky, and I can see clouds, and I can see the sky. What a lot of people pointed out to me was, Hedge, you're on top of a mountain. Go be in the bottom of the mountain. It'll help you out then. I'll be honest with you, alright, it might give me just an extra little bit of vision, but I don't think that's enough. It's not the first transparent bow skin we've ever had. Many people have pointed out that in the past we have seen the construction bow. Now for a very long time that was not doing very nicely. Right now it's slightly in the negative. This sold for $2, right now it's $1.58, but for a very long time, for like the first year or so of its existence, it was down real bad. It was barely $1. Now it's improved because most likely people have realised, oh hang on a minute, this also has transparency. Now, that most likely happened very recently because you can see it's risen up quite nicely and then it just went down again. So, okay, what gives? I don't think the transparency is all that. Whilst a lot of people might have been super impressed, maybe this was the featured skin in the Rust store. This has done over 35,000 subscribers. But even then, I was correct with my assumption if it's going to do that, because I thought it was going to do between 33 to 36,000 subscribers. Good catch there, Mr. Hedge. Anyway, back over to here. Do you realise this is the highest ever selling bow skin we've ever seen? It eclipsed the previous record-breaking one by about 7,000 subscribers. By tomorrow, it will be 7,000 plus. I don't think that's retaining. And you might sit and say, oh, but it's part of a collection. Black Ops collection's in demand, right? Not really, no. Oops. I will be very happy to see Black Ops clothing armor in the future. That'd be nice, but no. It's a weapon-only collection, and you know how that usually behaves. Unfortunately, they don't tend to retain their value, do they? Revolver's doing nice. Always reliable, the revolver. But everything else has slipped, and it's gone down in price. Welcome to the Auto 4 seasonal dip. Yippee! Oh, no. Anyway, so that bow skin, unfortunately, I think you're going to see a ton of them on the Steam market, a ton of them on third-party sites, and I will not be surprised to see it drop off and go down pretty bad. So, yeah, sorry about that, but I have my concerns. I'm only going to offer, well, 60 cents to 80 cents. You can still turn it into metal, can't you? Yeah. Okay, fair enough. That's what we're going to do. 60 cents to 80 cents. Dominus Mortis MP5. This has a lovely transparent aim sight. Not as comparable to the Heatseeker MP5, but still very nice. Now, when I first saw this, I was like, oh yeah, you know, that very likely will still be appreciated, still be adored. Hopefully, we don't see anything else come out that could potentially replace this then. Oh, hang on a minute. That's just happened. I will talk more about this in a bit, but a certain Twitch drop has appeared on the workshop, and you're going to get that for absolutely free. Yeah. That's a bit concerning. So back over to here. Dominus Mortis MP5. Look, nothing wrong with you, but I'm about to get an MP5 which is all white, which I'm sure a lot more people would appreciate, especially with their whiteout sets and whatnot. And I'm going to get it for absolutely free with even more transparency. Incredibly bad timing for this. You may recall when the Heatseeker SAR came out, a few weeks later, we got the Bellum free Twitch drop SAR with the same amount of transparency, and that SAR just went. But as time went on, it did slowly recover. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, you know what? I'll do 70 cents to $1. Wait it out. I won't be surprised if this rebounds and goes up in price. If you're not feeling that confident, maybe just stick with the 60 cents to 80 cents. But unfortunately, bad timing. I think people will be appreciating the proposed Sikuno MP5 Twitch drop. We'll talk more about that in a bit, don't you worry. So, okay, cool. So, alright, fair enough. Blister boots. I'm not really expecting much of this. Sorry to say, but the collection is not in demand. Like, the prices only barely went up when this appeared. Yes, this is the lowest selling skin out of all the clothing armor. Doesn't matter. It's not in demand. I showcased you in the Rust rotation video how it all looks, the full set, hoodie pants, tier 2. You are incredibly shiny. You're incredibly shiny and people don't seem to appreciate that. So, unfortunately, I don't really expect much with the boots. Yeah, they might do a good job retaining their value because it's sold next to nothing. 5,600 subscribers. But with a lack of interest, it'll just sit there. It'll just sit there. So, I think I'll just offer 40 cents to 50 cents. I'm not that interested. I'm not that confident. Sorry to say. But you come for an answer. I provide it to you. You get the idea. So, okay. Coco, I'll talk about that in a bit. Don't you worry. That is all the skins. Realistically, I wouldn't be surprised if all of them end up in the negative at some point over the course of the next few weeks. Do not be surprised by that. So, what is there to expect with tomorrow's Rust store, the September Force Wipe? Well, if we just quickly go over to here, I can show you, ta-da, the tweet from the Playrust Twitter, sorry, I almost said Twitch. This update does exactly what it says on the tin. It's all about fixes and quality of life improvements, aka no big content. Sorry to say, it's not a big content update, but I'm very much under the impression tomorrow with the proposed blog post, we're probably going to get an indication if the naval update is going to come out for October or November. If we see a mention of the naval update in tomorrow's blog post, I'm confident it's going to be readily available for next October update. So, okay. Not expecting huge content, but I can confirm it does look like we're going to see the decor lighting pack, which is now the Exhibit Decor Pack DLC. So all the special lights, the mannequins, yeah, that's coming out tomorrow, but that is it. Some tweaks and fixes, but yeah, not much. Okay, well, fair enough. It doesn't sound too bad. And of course, with tomorrow being an update tomorrow, we should be expecting an early rust rotation. Chat, for you, I honestly believe the rust will probably rotate in about 17 to 18 hours from now, around 5 to 6 p.m. London time tomorrow. So, okay, fair enough. You might want to consider, especially you, the person watching, if you're watching this on your lunch break, you need to make a consideration. If the skins do look pretty good, maybe jump in, grab some whilst you can. But yeah, we are expecting an early rust rotation. I don't know what to expect, but I am expecting at least a bigger rust door. 10, 12, we'll see. What skins could potentially be accepted though? And this is where we get to talk about the recent Rust Workshop Skin Checks video for September 2, 2025. Lots of collection continuations, as you can see, all nice and chaptered. But what skins did we see? Well, if we quickly go back over to here, we've got some pretty cool looking furnaces, some pretty cool looking storages. Oh, look, there you go. Another Sinotype large box right there. The armor box. How nice, how interesting. What else have we seen? Well, we saw some pretty cool looking sheet metal doors. Oh, yes, indeed, we did. Some very nice stylish designs, gothic design. Very nice, straightforward labeled design. And, of course, something from a different type of dimension. Yeah, okay. Yes. Oh, yes. What else did we see then? Well, I saw more collection continuations. I saw a very cool transparent garage door design that's supposed to look like a lift, but you might notice all the way down it doesn't shop properly. That is all transparency. Oh, very nice. Very nice indeed. So, okay, that's looking pretty cute, but, oh, hang on a minute. Maybe this is looking cuter. Ooh. Scroll down, more garage doors, no wooden double doors, no sheet metal double doors. But I can point out, greening area armored door. You might not be fully well aware of this, but we have not seen an armored door skin being accepted in all of 2025. We're now in September. We are now in September and we have not seen an armored door in 2025. Could this change everything? We have the greening area armored door with transparency. Oh, okay, that might be pretty interesting. That might be pretty nice. Once again, with a skin being accepted in Complete the Sets, the skin creator felt reinvigorated and motivated to return to the set and produce another skin for it. And oh, chat, I'm building up to it. You know what I'm going to mention in a bit. More grenade skins, lots of tools, Impact Protocol, Hellborn tools. Oh, what's this? I'm sure you've seen the short video by now, but yeah, Heat Seeker crossbows appeared with a very strange yet very cool creative usage of transparency. Okay, fair enough. Not going to complain. Let's see if that potentially gets accepted. Would be surprised if that sells for $3, like all the other weapon skins we've seen. Scroll. Some interesting looking Thompsons, some SARS, and of course, quite a lot of M39s with some collection continuations. Will we see an M39 in tomorrow's Rust Door? I wouldn't be surprised if we do, but also wouldn't be surprised if we delay it for 1 week and then start seeing them in a row. That happened to Salvaged Ice Picks, that happened to Wooden Double Doors. You might not see them in the full swipe Rust Door. So yep, lovely looking designs, looking pretty cool, but could we see a collection continuation? Oh, we'll have to wait and see. So yep, looking pretty sweet. And now I've got to mention to you, have you seen the prices for the primitive Arctic Protection collection? All of those skins now cost about $80. Wouldn't it be nice if we could get a nice cheaper alternative? Oh look, No Mercy burlap clothing. Okay, well that's looking pretty sweet, that's looking nice. Could we get a poncho, some hide boots, leather gloves, a boonie hat to accompany that? I wouldn't say no. But yeah, what do you reckon? Does it look nice? Feel free to comment below. I've already made a short video of this. You can go see it right now if you want. And now, let's just take a look at this. Oh, how marvellous. Bloody Tier 3 has been made. I asked the skin creator, Mr. Milho congratulations. Please make more. He did. So, the Tier 3 is covered in blood. However, I've tested this out. Chat, you can verify for me. You saw this yourself. You don't see the blood from a bit of a distance away. It's not that noticeable. That is good camouflage for green. Yeah, green camouflage. Yes, it is good. And I think a lot of people would greatly appreciate that. Although it would be incredibly funny to finally see some camouflage, but it's just covered in blood. That might be the only way it can get in. So if you want to make a nice, cool looking camouflage set, cover it in blood. Maybe that's the only allowance Face Punch would allow, because they probably assume the blood can be seen and still obstructs it. Don't see it. Okay, so cool. Some very interesting potential collection continuations, and as I pointed out, Twitch drops. Something is going to be announced tomorrow, I am sure. So, if you keep an eye on the blog post tomorrow, September update blog post, I'm feeling confident they are going to announce when the next Twitch drop event is going to be, and who's getting a Twitch drop. I'm sure you can tell by the names here that we might be having a pretty interesting big spectacle. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can tell what type of event it's going to be, but I'm not saying it out loud, not until it's been officially announced. So that might not be mentioned in the blog post. It might be properly explained on the Plays Rust Twitter tomorrow. So, okay, I'm sure you understand. And whilst I'm here, maybe I could quickly showcase mine. Now, again, this is a submission. I've put it out there in the pool of potential, to be picked out and whatnot. That is more likely to appear in a homebrew Twitch drops event. I don't think we're seeing another one this year, so maybe next year. That's fine. Thank you to everybody who offered their opinions. I picked the version 1, and yeah, it's right there on display. If you have your own server, you can use that if you want to. That's the whole idea, isn't it? So, okay, cool. Anything else that needs to be said, Mr. Hedge? Well, I can confirm SCMM should be getting more updates soon. Skinlytics is still getting updates, and Rust Help has been updated. You can actually navigate around here a little bit better. The only worries we have at the moment is that Twitch drops and DLC skins kind of are out of order or in a different spot than where they should be. I have noticed that for some of the items, but overall, yeah, it's got all the functionality that you would like to see in the in SCMM. So all of these websites are competing with each other, and it's good because it helps them keep to a standard that a lot of people will appreciate. So if you still want to offer some feedback, feel free to do so and whatnot. The website should have some sort of link where you can offer feedback. Skinlytics, Rust Help, and well, even SCMM, I'd recommend you do that. You need to know what people want. So, cool. And one final thing to just quickly point out. Steam frame? Yeah. Apparently, some more hardware is in the way. And if you have a lot of Steam Wallet to have fun with, maybe you might want to look forward to the next hardware that's coming from Valve. Most likely is the brand new VR headset. So when's it going to actually be revealed? I don't know. But a trademark has been put in. So, if you have a lot of profit to have fun with, well, maybe you might want to go ahead and buy some hardware, gift it to someone. Oh, it's up to you. So anyway, cool. That's everything. Let's now skip ahead, proceed with the abnormal barders, and then after that, look at the abnormal barder support. 2, 1, right. Let's hop to it. Sinotype clothes. Am I feeling lucky? Kinda. Oh, there we are. And 50 requests already put down. That's pretty quick. Good job there, Hedge. Right. Chubby Octopus, not currently. And now we wait for everything else. Right, okay. Let's go put down that. And over to hit, no. And over to hit, yes. Okay, let's just get a quick gauge on the buy orders. Then let's go off that. Over to here, chest plate 2. And then the wooden double door. Wow, okay, that's already quite a lot of buy orders. Yep, someone's gone in pretty strong. Let's go do something like this. I said 150, right? Yeah, so let's go do that. Cool. And that's pretty much everything. It was nice and quick. So with that, let's now skip ahead and talk about the abnormal barter support. So, it's been about an hour. Prices aren't currently visible on SCMM at the moment. They're not visible on Skinlytics, but they have updated on Rust Help. As you might notice, the prices do appear to be quite high, but they've only just become marketable. So let's go ahead and go through all the skins and question, do they look like they're going to retain their value? Now, it's pretty obvious with the Sinotype, it does. over the past several weeks, every single skin has been very close to $2.50. As I've said, long term, wouldn't be surprised if it works out a-okay. But you've got to wait it out. Like, this could still have very strong buy orders, but the price could still end up at like $2.60, lowest listing. That's not profitable, no. So do take that into consideration. But if you're more than willing to wait it out, yes, with all the barter support that this skin has, it genuinely does look like it's going to retain its value and end up being nice and profitable. Fingers crossed we don't see another like storage collection in the future anytime soon, but it does look quite appealing. Also, clothes box. You're going to need a clothes box, right? You're going to need to put away all your kits, your attire, your dress. It would be appreciated. In theory, out of all the storages, which ones do you reckon would be used a whole lot more? Guns, maybe scrap, because you need to have something to put all the boxes. Everything that needs to be recycled, you get the idea. So comment below, what would you prioritise in getting made? So, okay, cool, that's nice. 2 minute Octopus wooden double door. This is looking to be okay. Lowest listing is $5, but then again, look at it again a week's time. It'll probably be stuck around its rust or price, or rather, retaining. Again, another long-term sort of situation. With the barters it has, it does look like it probably will be going down to about $2. That's not the end of the world. That's okay. So looking at this, honestly, I think you could go ahead and buy some if you're more than willing to wait it out. You could just put down a $2 barter. Pick them up to, for 50 cents cheaper. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you pull it off. And if you just wait it out, if we do see more of this collection, honestly, yeah, it would most likely end up being a nice profitable skin. If we do not see that many wooden double doors being submitted in workshops anymore, honestly, yeah, this would eventually go up. Pretty much all the skins here are like, well, if you just wait a year, then it'll probably go up. Okay, well, fair enough then. It's up to you. Now, with the Night Demon, I will not be surprised if it drops off. The buy orders, they look up to like $1.20. And over to here, same thing. Actually, this one's more around just $1. If we do not see those collection continuations, this is going to go, it will go down even further. Monitor your buy orders, keep an eye on this, okay? Do not be surprised if it drops off pretty quickly just within this week. But if we do see Tier 2 hoodie, pants or boots and gloves being submitted over the course of this upcoming weekend, should be fine. Should be fine, okay? So we'll leave it at that. And then we have the Abyss Large Backpack. Not a bad shout, to be honest with you. I think this actually might be a sneaky dark horse investment. You might forget about it, look at it again in a few months' time, and it'll probably be up to about $3. But still, I think you're better off just offering $1.80. I think you could pick it up for a fairly cheaper price, wait it out, and then flip it back up, maybe for up to about $3 or plus, around January time. Again, you've got to wait it out. So overall, honestly, you've got two skins that look to be pretty reliable, but you've got to wait. You've got to wait. Honestly, you're probably just better off sticking with barders, forgetting about them, being surprised over the course of October, and then waiting it out and selling them around January 2026. So, okay, well that was pretty straightforward. Yes, indeed it was. So back over to here. Let's see how quick the rust rotates tomorrow. I do expect it to be around 5 to 6 o'clock in the evening tomorrow, all right, London time. Okay, so keep that in mind. To you, the viewers, chat, about 16 hours from now, 15, 16 hours, yep. Now, if I could just quickly point out micro522.com, which will be linked in the description, what skins currently have the most interest? Sinotype Armor Large Box on top, lots of views, lots of upvotes, upvote to downvote ratio, 3.27. That's ridiculous. 3 times the amount of upvotes compared to downvotes. Heatseeker Crossbow is second. That has an upvote to downvote ratio of 2.85. Iron Moor Garage Door. This is made by Prizrak. I've took one look at it and said, no, that's not getting accepted. Can you tell why? All of it's transparent. That's not happening. It's not happening. Cool idea, but you're not the first person to try that, and you won't be the first person to succeed. Base Punch doesn't like that. Cyber Metal Locker. Pretty interesting design. Did showcase it and preview it this past Monday. Cool idea. Let's see if that works. And then Apotheosis of War Garage Door. That's a cool looking design. That's awesome. I would still expect it to go down in price because it's another garage door. But that does look really cool. So overall, yeah, lots of interesting things potentially. But which skins will actually be accepted. What would you personally love to see? Comment below, and let's see if we can make some sweet, delicious profit over the course of the next few months for the remainder of this year. Okay, well that's pretty much everything that needed to be said. SCMM just broke. Cool, well done. At least it managed to survive until up to this point. But it was a quiet week. Tomorrow, I do expect a bigger rust store. So we'll see how that goes. Start praying for the things you want most. And let's see if we can be happy. I will be streaming tomorrow. I'll be taking part in a village, a little sub-village with some other streamers and whatnot. You're more than welcome to watch us. I will be showcasing skins, but I will be doing that first. And then, afterwards I'll showcase the skins. So you're more than welcome to come visit. Look at the description, links to all my socials. My Twitch is there. Why do I get those mixed up? I don't know. I'm stupid. You can probably tell that by now. Alright, anyway. Thank you very much for watching me. Best of luck with you, your investments, your barders, you name it, everything's with that. And let's see if we're going to be very happy with tomorrow.